or welcome for the first time. If you are new here, my name is Stephanie, and I am really glad to see you today. It's been a little while, hasn't it? I hope that you have been doing very well. I really do. And happy spooky season. For today's video, we are going to do the ASMR Halloween tag. The ASMR Halloween tag that Krista ASMR has created. I am so thankful that she took the time to do this because it's a great list of Halloween related questions. And any and all creators, I invite you to participate in this. I am not going to tag anybody specifically, just because I don't ever want to leave anybody out or make anybody feel like they're not included just because I didn't tag them for some reason, you know. So if you are watching this, whether you're an ASMR creator or not, maybe you have a YouTube channel that's completely different and you want to do this, but you're invited to participate because I would love to listen to your responses to all of the questions. I've enjoyed Krista's and Auntie Angel on my shoulder ASMR, and Southern Lady Lindy over at Southern Lady did this, and Best Life by Brooke. So I'll link all their channels below, but Krista has a playlist on her channel, so I highly recommend going and checking out all of those channels, but head over to Krista's channel because she created this. So thank you. Now I have gone the old school route on this and printed out the questions. I printed out the questions on actual paper. Sometimes I just like to have a tangible piece of paper in front of me. That's what I like to do. Now, I have a feeling we're in for a bit of a lengthy video today. So go ahead and get cozy. Okay? Because I just want you to sit back and relax while we talk about Halloween. And I'm going to answer these questions. There's about 26 questions. And there's a special little this or that section. The first question is, what draws you to Halloween? Where did the love for the holidays start for you? I have always loved Halloween. I really have. Ever since since I can remember, I was really always drawn to spooky stuff, like spooky ghost stories and things like that. I liked a variety of things, but I remember when I was super little, a movie came out on the Disney Channel. Tell me if you remember this. It was called Mr. Boogedy. Mr. Boogedy. It came out in 1986. I was born at the tail end of 83, so that tells you how old I was or how young I was. I was about 2 to 3 when this movie was airing on TV. And it's so funny because I don't find this to be a typical Disney type of movie. I really don't. It's quite scary for a young child. It's a silly kind of, like, if you watch it as an adult, it would be different, but I was simultaneously scared and also drawn in to this movie, Mr. Boogedy. It's crazy. I recommend watching it. I know it was on Disney Plus. I'm sure it still is. I'm sure when Disney Plus came out, that was one of the first things I watched because I just wanted the nostalgia because I had not seen it since I was little. But I remember just being drawn into that, and I love just anything to do with ghosts and spooky stuff. And there is something else that this question reminded me of that I wanted to share with you all. If you are interested in like psychic readings, spiritual readings, delving into spirituality and things like that, there is this shop that I love. It's called Bring Forth the Light. Bring Forth the Light. They used to be over on Etsy, but they took their like metaphysical spiritual offerings off of Etsy and just offer them in their Wix shop now, but they still are on Etsy. Ellen and Kelly, it's mom and daughter, they have more crafty items in their Etsy store, and they renamed it to Lemon Lime Butterflies. So cute. But their Wix shop, they have all their readings and things, and I thought this was the perfect question because I love these ladies so much. They're amazing. They offer a variety of different readings in their shop. Each month they have like a special themed reading. In the month of October, they offer this one. I pulled it up on my phone because I want to make sure it's right. It's called Cauldrons, Skeletons, and Howls at the Moon Channeled Reading. It's only $8. Like, it's not, you know, sometimes psychic readings and things like that get to be kind of expensive. Everything is, I feel, very affordable, especially for the level of channeling these women do. It's amazing, like $8. But anyway, so this reading is awesome because they connect with your spirit guides and or angels in order to access information explaining the root of interest, curiosity, or connection with a certain monster, supernatural being, animal, element, or spiritual ritual. So I think it's amazing. Like, the information that is channeled, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. So I will link their shop. I will link their shop in the description box, but I just wanted to mention it because I think it's interesting. We all have things we're drawn to in life, whether they are supernatural related or not. And there are reasons. There are reasons that you feel a draw or pull to ideas or, you know, locations, anything in life, people. Like, you know, there are reasons for that. If that is your jam, then go check it out. If not, no worries. I just wanted to mention it. Question number 2. What's something super nostalgic about Halloween to you that you wish still existed today? I feel like my answer is probably going to be kind of similar to Lindy over at Southern Lady ASMR because it has to do with TV. I remember growing up in the 90s, primarily 80s and 90s, but how exciting it would be when you would just sit around and watch the TV shows that were like special for the season. You know, TV is a lot different now. We consume content so differently than we did 30 years ago. However, there is something to be said for, I don't know, TV in the 90s, like sitcoms. I used to get so excited for like TGIF on ABC. Yeah, like TGIF nights, especially when it was, you know, the Halloween shows, because you were in for a full 2 hours of fun, like cool stuff. So, you know, whether it was like Family Matters, Full House, Boy Meets World, Step by Step, and then I think they kind of alternated between Tuesday and Wednesday nights over the years, but like Home Improvement, that was another one of my favorites. I had a ton of favorite shows. I would say most of them were on ABC growing up, but just looking forward to the shows. Yes, you had to sit through commercials. Yes, if you missed it, you probably have to wait till the summer to see it. But it was just fun, and it's like I don't miss that part of it, but you know, just that excitement, just a different level of anticipation and excitement in those days. Question number 3. Where is your favorite place to shop for Halloween decor? Well, if you have been hanging out with me for a minute, then I think you already know the answer to this question. But one of my favorite places is definitely Hobby Lobby, for sure, as well as Target and TJ Maxx. It's so hard to pick. I don't think I want to pick one. If I had to, I would maybe say Hobby Lobby just because they have so much variety. They just have so much variety. But, you know, you can always find such unique things at TJ Maxx, and Target always has a good Halloween section usually too. So, you know, I go between those. I would say those are my top 3 favorite places. Question number 4. What is your decorating style for Halloween? I would say kind of random, kind of fun and spooky, cute, but nothing too scary, nothing over the top. definitely don't do the gore or extreme horror, you know, that kind of stuff. We keep it kind of light, spooky, but cute. And of course, this is a perfect opportunity to show you a couple of examples of decorations. This is kind of one of those spooky but cute. It's not really that spooky, actually. It's not spooky. It's cute. It's cute. But it lights up. I got this last year, but I don't think I showed it to you all in a video. So I love this little thing. It came from Target. I really wanted to show you the crystal ball that I was talking about in either last video, a video recently. But it has taken on a life of its own. The motor has started making a noise. It's very loud, and the way the lights go like in and out, it does not show the same way on the video as it does in real life. So, oh well. But I love this little pumpkin, or this little jack-o'-lantern. He's so fun and festive. I just love the flickering lights. The flickering lights here. Just, I think if I hold him back from the camera, you can, yeah, you can see a little bit better how they flicker. Although things look a little bit different on the camera than they do when you're just standing in front of them. The lights do funny things, but yeah, I just thought this was cool how it has this like antique look. And look at all the detail. It has these details down here. Oh, by the way, look, Halloween nails. We got the Halloween nails today, of course. It has beautiful little details here on the base. This is just a plastic base. Just a little plastic base and a little plastic pumpkin. It's so fun though. I like this a lot. It has a nice little ambiance to it with the flickers, and going along with the cute, fun randomness Halloween decor theme. I thought I would show you this little decoration that I got over the weekend. I got this over the weekend, and it is so cool. I'm going to show it to you not lit up right now. First, I'll show you what it looks like lit up, but it's not going to look the same. It's not going to look the same on the camera, but look, that's a little pumpkin. There's a little pumpkin inside, right there. And on the base, you can charge. It's like a rechargeable base, so that's cool. You can just plug it into your phone charger. Pretty much. The little gold base here. Little gold base. I'm gonna turn it on, but you're not gonna be able to see the jack-o'-lantern very well. It's just gonna look like a bright light, I think. Yeah. But it's awesome in person. I found it at the Museum of Illusions in Charlotte, North Carolina. They had these in their little gift shop area. That leads us into our next question. Question number 5. Do you have an all-time favorite Halloween decoration? If so, what is it? Yes, I do. Thank you for asking. I've always loved this little haunted house. This is my favorite indoor Halloween decoration. It has been around for a very long time. It's this little haunted house. And there's a spot here where you can put a light inside, and we do. This has been in my life since I was about 4 or 5 years old, I think. My dad used to manage a Waccamaw pottery stores, and I don't know if you remember Waccamaw pottery. They had a lot of home decor, craft stuff, They were really popular in the 80s and 90s. One of my earliest memories, talk about the 80s, they used to have this big back room, and it was nothing but wicker. Just wicker. Wicker everywhere. It's the smell of wicker seared into my brain. But nothing but wicker. But like the store my dad managed, they had like a little craft section with like a floral area, and you could go back there and have wreaths made and different things. But they had, I think, pottery pieces like this that you could paint. And my mom, I think I remember her telling me, because I was really little when this happened, so you know the details are fuzzy for me. But you know, she really liked this, and the ladies that worked back there in the little floral area painted this for us and gave it to us. And it's just the cutest little thing. Like, we have, you know, like, just, it has really cool detail. It has really cool detail. I think we have a little bit like this, the pumpkin's a little scuffed right there. The spooky's got a little ghost up here, and an owl, and just little pumpkins, and it looks quite abandoned. Some little wooden pieces all over the windows, boarded up and things. But it's just a fun piece. Back there too. Yeah. So I've just always really liked this decoration. I have it in my home now, and I always like to put it out every Halloween, of course. It looks really cute when it's lit up with a little light bulb inside of it. And look, there's little like things peeking out at you here. Little eyeballs in the roof. Lots of great details with the spider web. And then the little smiling pumpkins. So cute. Question number 6. What is your favorite Halloween mug? Well, I don't have a ton, but I have a couple fall themed mugs, and this one is the most specifically Halloween themed, and I showed it to you all last year in a DJ Maxx haul video. But it's just this little jack-o'-lantern mug. It's so fun. It has the little jack-o'-lantern right here, and it has beautiful stripes, black and orange stripes. I'm pretty sure, since this is my only Halloween mug, that it's just my favorite by default. But I have a pumpkin mug, pumpkin themed mug, but I wouldn't say that that's Halloween. It's fall themed, It's gigantic, and I love it. It's from Hobby Lobby. It says Hello Pumpkin on it, which is cool. But yeah, I just thought this was adorable last year. I could not get it. I love to get seasonal mugs. I do. I didn't see any Halloween mugs that I loved enough to get at TJ Maxx this year. They always have plenty. They always have plenty. But I'm just at this level in my mug life, in my cabinet life, that I gotta love it. Like, I gotta love it for me to get it. So, you know, it's really gotta call to me. It's gotta call to me. But love this little pumpkin mug. It is the best size. It's perfect because I don't do, you know, little mugs. We like the big mugs. I put stuff in my coffee. I do 12 ounces plus cream plus sugar-free syrup and sweetener. So you gotta save room. You gotta save room. Now these little dinky mugs, we don't do that. You know what? I just realized that I didn't show you my Halloween shirt. So here you go. Here you go. This is our spooky, our fun but spooky kind of vintage inspired graphic. Here we have the owl with the jack-o'-lantern. Owl with the jack-o'-lantern. I have worn this more than once on the channel, but I always like to wear it when I do like Halloween themed type stuff with you all. So there you go. And of course we also have the skeleton earrings, little skeletons. I've had these for a million years. They're just like, I feel like they're the perfect little Halloween earrings. They're just cute and fun. Cute and fun little skeletons. They make a nice little sound. Moving right along to question number 7. What is your most memorable Halloween themed or spooky atmospheric book you've read during this time of year, past or present? Well, as I mentioned previously, I have always been really into spooky stuff. So growing up, I was always about the spooky books ever since I could read. Like when I started, picking out books that I could read on my own. Once you get past that beginner phase, I was always about anything to do with ghosts or spooky themes, mysteries. I always loved that. So of course, as a 90s kid, I was very much into Goosebumps and Fear Street books. R.L. Stein was like my favorite author probably. So I actually still have some of my spooky books. Do you remember, were you into Fear Street too? Were you ever into Fear Street books? I loved Fear Street, but out of all the books, the Fear Street saga was my favorite. Oh my goodness. And I only have number 2 and number 3 because I borrowed number 1 from someone and I read it, and I guess I never got my own copy. I'm actually thinking about doing that. I am, because I kind of want to sit down and reread these. I reread them a lot when I was younger, but I always held on to them because they always held such a special place for me. I was just captivated by the storyline. I really was. It just goes back into the beginnings of Fear Street and the Fear family, way back into the history, which is probably part of what drew me in. I just thought it was so interesting, and it has so cool. It goes back into like the 1600s, which is awesome. It has like the Fear family tree. See there. But the first book is The Betrayal, and then the second book is called The Secret. There's the artwork on the front. This one. And then book number 3 is called The Burning. Some artwork on the front. I just could not get enough of these. I love this. So definitely super nostalgic. I think I'm gonna order the first one, and I'm just gonna sit down and reread these again and see how it hits. See if it hits the same. Question number 8. What is on your spooky season to be read? Well, what I just told you, the books I just showed you actually, I think would be fun to reread. Question number 9. What is your favorite non-scary Halloween movie? So I'm pretty sure that this might be obvious, especially for a lot of people in my age group. But it is Hocus Pocus. We have the big moon. Hocus Pocus. I mean, it's such a classic. Hocus Pocus is definitely my favorite non-scary Halloween movie. However, because I think that it's probably a really obvious answer, I brought a couple of honorable mentions with me. I have a couple of honorable mentions because I love this movie. I do. It's amazing. However, if we are looking at not so obvious and maybe not so well known, well, it depends. I guess it depends, but definitely not so obvious answers. There is this little gem right here. Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest Scared Stupid. Have you ever seen this movie? I was kind of obsessed with this movie when I was in, I want to say 4th grade. This is one of those, you know, it has 3 different Ernest movies on it. I loved Ernest movies. I grew up watching Ernest. I did. So maybe if I discovered Ernest as an adult, I wouldn't have been so into him. I don't know. But one of the first movies I ever saw in the movie theater was Ernest Goes to Camp. Ernest Scared Stupid. Ernest Scared Stupid is a very silly Halloween movie featuring Jim Varney as Ernest. And if you are not familiar with this little Jim, then let me tell you about it. So, when Ernest looks to help some children with their Halloween haunted house, he ends up accidentally unleashing an evil troll that intends to bring about the end of the world. While having to deal with his youthful friends being transformed into wooden dolls by the troll, our hero Ernest looks to find a way to stop it and return his friends to normal. This will be one Halloween that Ernest and his pals will never forget. So if you have not seen Ernest Scared Stupid, it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch, I guess. It's been a long time since I've sat down and watched it. But I don't know, maybe I'll have to. Maybe I'll have to now. And I do have one more honorable mention. It's this. The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. With Don Knotts. Don Knotts, who, of course, he played Barney Fife on the Andy Griffith Show. That's probably his biggest claim to fame. Although he did a lot of different things. It's just kind of a fun little movie. It's like a mystery movie. A little spooky, but fun. It came out in 1966. So, it's a fun movie that I highly suggest. Question number 10. What is your favorite scary / thriller Halloween movie? Well, I love scary movies. I do. I love to go see scary movies in the movie theater. But I don't love all types of scary movies because horror in general is a really big category and there's lots of sub-genres within horror. But I love ghost type stories, paranormal type films, but I've really liked in more modern times the Insidious movies. I think those are so scary. And the Sinister movies, also scary. I also really like the movies that are kind of loosely based on Ed and Lorraine Warren. I think those are pretty scary, like The Conjuring and movies like those. I haven't even watched all of them. I haven't watched all the Ed and Lorraine Warren movies, but I've enjoyed the ones I've seen, so I will have to look into that and start marking some more off my list. Question number 11. Have you been to a haunted house, haunted corn maze, or haunted hayride attraction? I have been to a haunted house. I've been to more than one haunted house. I have not been to a haunted corn maze or on a haunted hayride. I don't love those things. As much as I like scary movies and scary books and scary stuff, I don't actually want to be a part of it. Like, I really don't. Haunted houses scare me. I do not like jump scares. I don't like people coming after me or coming out at me. I probably handled stuff like that better as a child. When I went to spooky haunted houses, I thought they were fun. I do not think they are fun now. I don't. So anyway, question number 12. Question number 12 is, how about an actual haunted location? Yes, I have been to actual haunted locations. I love that. I love going to haunted places, and I haven't even been to that many. But if I ever go to like a historical type place, I love to do ghost tours. Ghost tours are so much fun. I went on my first ghost tour when I was a kid. It was a kidified type ghost tour because I went in a group. I went with my Girl Scout troop in Savannah, which is a super haunted city, Savannah, Georgia. But most of my ghost tours have been in Charleston, and one of them is at the old jail. So that is definitely a super haunted location. I've also been on graveyard tours there, and they're spooky, they're graveyards, but the jail is very scary. If you are in Charleston, I really recommend going on a ghost tour, or 2 or 3 or 4. Do all of them. I've been on lots of different kinds. I've been on the walking tours. I've even been on a haunted boat tour in Charleston. And then I did some really cool ghost tours up in Vermont. There are other haunted locations I'm interested in seeing, but I think the most interesting one that I have been to has been the Charleston jail, the Old City Jail. Question number 14. Have you ever had a paranormal experience? Yes. Yes, I have. My life is a paranormal experience. I've had several. But the one that I want to share with you today actually directly relates to our channel because it happened while I was recording a video. This has been a while. This was back when I did the 12 days of vintage holiday catalogs, the vintage holiday catalog series, where I took it upon myself to record 12 different vintage holiday catalogs in a very short amount of time. And we went all the way from the 40s all the way up through like the 90s. And one of these catalogs was in the 1960s, a 1960s FAO Schwartz toy catalog. So this vintage toy catalog, when I sat down to edit the video, there's a very small section of the video where you can hear children whispering over me. And it sounded like 2 different children. It, to me, is what it sounded like, but you could not make out what they were saying. It was pretty muffled and like inaudible whispers. But children whispers have a distinct sound as compared to adult whispers. But it sounded like 2 children. I don't know what they were saying, and I wish I had this to share with you. It is one of the few times where the original version of a video did not back up. Most of the time they will. Every now and then I run into where it didn't back up, or thought it backed up and it didn't. This was one of those videos, and of course I edited that out because it was distracting to hear children whispering over me while I was talking about the catalog. So that happened. And I know that sounds kind of scary and kind of creepy, but I don't think so. I actually think it's really, really sweet. It's very sweet. I have lots of paranormal experiences with spirits of children. I do, and they're very sweet. They're very sweet. So nothing to be scared of. Nothing. I know it sounds scary. I know it does, but it actually makes me happy. It makes me happy. So yeah, that is my paranormal experience for the day that I thought I'd share with you all. Question number 15. What is your favorite Halloween candle? I don't really have a Halloween candle, but I do have a fall candle, which is close enough. It's close enough. And I am going between a couple of different candles, but they're both fall. They're not specifically Halloween, because Bath & Body Works has tons of really cool Halloween specific scents. I just don't have any of those right now, but I did just pick up this one from Bath & Body Works. It's called Autumn Chai. Autumn Chai. And that is what it looks like on the front. It's so beautiful. And we just have the very simple lid right there, the white barn emblem. A nice simple little fall candle, and the fragrance notes are cinnamon chai, French vanilla froth, and smooth caramel. Let me tell you, And we have the 3 little wicks. 1, 2, 3 little wicks. 3 little wicks. It smells amazing. It's a lot like that, was it vanilla pumpkin? Is that the one I had from Target not long ago? I burned through that. And then they didn't have any more at my local Target. So I went ahead and got the apple pumpkin apple Yankee candle. It's really good. I'm burning that now. Along with this one, the autumn chai. So good. This will be gone soon too. This will be gone soon, I am sure. So this is as close as we are to a Halloween scent, I suppose. But I thought I would share it with you anyway, because it's fall. Question number 16. Did you have any Halloween traditions as a child? Basically just trick-or-treating, I would say. Yeah, I trick-or-treated all the way up through 6th grade. That was my last year that I trick-or-treated, but it was always fun. Always loved that. So yeah, that was my main tradition growing up. Question number 17. Do you have any Halloween traditions now as an adult? Well, the tradition for the past several years has been taking my son trick-or-treating, so that's been fun. I always enjoy taking him trick-or-treating. And then before I had my son, my tradition was throwing a gigantic Halloween party at my workplace. I used to work at a retirement community, a very large retirement community, so I would throw a very large Halloween party. It was so fun. It was so fun. I used to work with primarily the independent living residents, so I will tell you what, those residents could come up with the best Halloween costume ideas you have ever seen in your entire life. The Halloween costume contest over there was serious business. It was so good. It was so much fun. You would not believe some of the costumes. And for the longest time I did the resident party, which was a ton of work, but then we kind of combined the residents and the staff and just had one big giant party. And staff too could really get into some amazing costume ideas, like so cool. Like, it was really fun. It was fun. A lot of work, but it was also a lot of fun. So I did that before I had my son. That was all of my adulthood. Planning these Halloween parties, so that was fun. Question number 18. What does the perfect October night look like to you? Well, we know it's not going to a haunted house. Actually, my answer for this is something that you can do any time of year. It really is, but I feel like October would be ideal for this. Just because of the weather. So my ideal, like an ideal October night, the weather would be perfect. Like on point fall weather. It's cool, crisp, clear. You can see all the stars and like a full moon, just a beautiful sky. And I think it'd be cool to take like some blankets and some pillows and stuff and load them up in a pickup truck, kind of head out over into the countryside where you can really see the sky and the stars very clearly, and park somewhere out in the countryside and lay out like your blankets and pillows in the bed of the pickup truck and stargazing. I think that would be an awesome October night. It sounds really fun. I've never done it, but I've always thought it would be fun. So that sounds like an ideal time of year to do it, I think. Question number 19. Do you have any Halloween content creators you enjoy watching? Well, ASMR wise, I will have to say the first content creator who jumps to mind is Goodnight Moon. And if you know Goodnight Moon, then I don't need to tell you anymore, but she has a fantastic series of Halloween themed videos, ASMR videos. So if you do not already know about Goodnight Moon, I'm sure you do, but I'll link her channel down below with everyone else. But ASMR wise, I would say Goodnight Moon is just amazing with Halloween content. But there's so many. I mean, if you create ASMR content and it's Halloween themed, I'm here for you. I am here for it. And actually Krista ASMR, who created this whole tag, this whole questionnaire, she has tons of amazing Halloween videos. So go check her out too. I mean, so many cool content creators out there. It's hard for me because I don't want to pick and choose, but good night moon, certainly. Question number 20. Is there anything specific that you have planned or that you really want to do this Halloween season? Not really. I mean, I don't really have anything specific planned other than just taking my son trick-or-treating. We'll do that on Halloween. I don't know how it is where you live, because I think certain communities operate differently for Halloween. But where I live, we trick-or-treat on Halloween. Like, we actually do, which throws people for a loop who move here from places that don't do that. I guess I know there are certain places that they do, like, I guess the last Saturday before Halloween, or of the month. So Saturday before Halloween, I guess, is trick-or-treating for some places, which I think is brilliant. I love that idea. I love that idea. So we trick-or-treat on October 31st, but we don't really have any specific plans or anything going on. When my son was younger, we would go to the pumpkin farm and things, but he's just not that into that stuff anymore. So yeah, just trick-or-treating. Question number 21. Did you have a costume that you absolutely loved from a past Halloween? If so, what was it? So I have a couple. My favorite costume when I was a kid was my 50s girl dress. I loved being a 50s girl. I was a 50s girl 2 years in a row. My other costume I actually have to show you. So do y'all remember the classic Ben Cooper brand type costumes? This is a Care Bear. And this was my first ever Halloween costume. My mom saved it. Look how dangerous. It's a classic. Yeah, see, like, you have little cutout eye holes here. Little cutout eyes. So sharp too. It's so sharp. But you have the little eyes. And it's got this cute little nose. And then you could breathe through that little tiny slit. We have the Care Bear mask of danger. And then the whole one-piece vinyl, like a jumpsuit. It's Cheer Bear. It's a one-piece vinyl upper. And we have this pretty rainbow and Cheer Bear. And you just put it on, like, you know, on one piece, and then just vinyl tie around the neck and the back. Ties around the back. So yeah. My mom saved this. And I was actually gonna sell it on eBay, and I think I tried to sell it 1 year and it didn't sell, and I took it down and I stored it again, and I never listed it again. So well, it's kind of late now for me to list this. I don't know, it's fun to have, but I don't really need to keep it. I don't need to keep it, but it's fun that I still had it for this video, so I thought I would share it with you. Question number 22. What is your favorite Halloween candy or sweet treat? Well, I actually don't eat a lot of sugary candy anymore, but when I did, I would say probably Twix. Twix was probably one of my favorite Halloween candies, and then just like Hershey's chocolate. But actually, my favorite like sugary candy is not really a Halloween candy. It's not one you see out in the Halloween buckets, and it's the Cadbury Caramellos. So good. Those would be my favorite, like, candy. But when I was growing up, if I got Milk Duds, that was like hitting the jackpot. Milk Duds. I love, you know, the little yellow boxes with, like, usually have like 3 or 4 like chocolate covered caramel candies. totally rip your teeth out. So good. I loved Milk Duds. That was like my favorite thing to get. One of my favorite things to get. Because of course I love like Hershey's and Reese's and you know the prime time chocolate stuff. But Milk Duds, I loved the Milk Duds when I was growing up. Question number 23. Are there any food or drink products only sold in stores during Halloween that you love? If so, what are they? I really don't think so, because I think anything I would get that I like during Halloween is stuff I can get any time of year, and I don't even eat most of that stuff anyway, so, but yeah, like the things that come to mind are like candy corn. I don't love candy corn anyway, and then, like I think about candy apples, which they're okay, but I've never been big into those at all, although, if we're talking about the kind of candy apples at like Walt Disney World, that level of candy apple, we could talk about those. But you know, just like the traditional, I'm like not really. And then what else is like a Halloween? Oh, popcorn balls. Those are very popular during Halloween, aren't they? I've never been into that. Like, do you know what? I remember I won my third grade class spelling bee, and my prize for winning the spelling bee was a popcorn ball. I was less than amused. I didn't love it. It was the first time I had ever tried a popcorn ball. I wasn't really here for it though. Question number 24. Do you have a favorite piece of Halloween jewelry? Well, yes, I do actually. I have a new favorite piece. For the longest time, these were my favorite Halloween earrings. However, I have recently purchased these little beauties, these cute little Halloween earrings. I showed them to you. I wore them in, I guess, the last video that we did. But the little Halloween ghosts, oh my goodness, these are so adorable. See, it's just so, they're so cute. They're like little ghosts, little sparkly ghosts with these gold halos. And I just think they're adorable. So they're like my new favorite. They're tied with the skeletons because, you know, I love the skeletons. I do. They're great. But these are like my new favorite Halloween earrings. My new favorite little Halloween earrings. Question number 25. What's your favorite Halloween themed scent to wear? Well, I don't really have a scent, like a fragrance that I wear, but I do have this soap, and it's not Halloween specific, but it's fall. It's fall, and it is the pumpkin apple scent from Bath and Body Works. So it is this right here. It's pumpkin apple. When you use these soaps, the fragrance does kind of linger. It lingers on your hands just a bit. So I thought I would include it here. Definitely one of my favorite fall fragrances. The fragrance notes are red delicious apples, fall pumpkin, and clove buds. They're always a favorite. I get this every fall. I get at least a couple bottles. Because this is the soap that I use at my house, the foaming hand soaps from Bath and Body Works. So if you saw, I guess, a couple of videos back, you know, I like to stock up when they have a soap sale. Yeah. So this is what I picked out for my Halloween scent. This is the Halloween scent. Number 26. What is your favorite Halloween memory? My favorite Halloween memory is when I was in third grade. Halloween was on the weekend that year, and I was allowed to have a sleepover for Halloween, which was so fun. I had two of my girlfriends come over, and we went trick-or-treating, and we ordered pizza. We ate so much pizza. And then we went to a haunted house. And that was a time in my life where I found that very exciting. I'm not sure if I fully knew what I was getting into either. It just seemed really cool, like really cool, like grown up kind of thing. And like, I love spooky stuff. I loved spooky stuff. And looking back, like at that haunted house adventure, I dealt with it just fine then. It was fun and thrilling and exciting to me as a 9-year-old. But I'm wondering how 3 third graders were permitted to go to this haunted house. We were like the only children there. Everybody else were. There was teenagers and adults. There were no other kids there. My mom was with us. I guess that's how. It was very scary. It was a very well done haunted house. The scariest part of this haunted house was the end. They had someone dressed up like Jason, essentially, with a chainsaw, who chased you out of it. Chased you out of the haunted house. So yeah, we definitely went running for our lives, and it was a thrill. I thought it was a thrill. Those are all the questions on the list, but we do have a fun little this or that section here. And the first one is Halloween Town or Hocus Pocus. I have to share with y'all, I just watched Halloween Town for the first time ever a couple days ago, and I liked it. I did. I do wonder if it might have hit differently if I had watched it when it came out originally in 1998, because I would have been about 14 then. And that seems like a great age for that. I've always loved Hocus Pocus. Again, I was a great age when that movie came out. I was 9. So the question is, Halloween Town or Hocus Pocus? I am still on Team Hocus Pocus. I am. I'm not sure much could take me away from that. But I did like Halloween Town. I thought it was really cute. A lot of prosthetics. A lot of prosthetics going on in that movie. But it was cute. It was cute. Yeah. Okay, the next one is the Munsters or the Addams Family. Oh, the Munsters for me. Nothing against the Addams Family. I love the Addams Family too. It's fine. I would say love. I'm good with them, but I don't have anything against them. But the Munsters. I remember watching the Munsters a lot on Nick at Night growing up, because back when I was growing up, I'm at the age now where I say stuff like this all the time. What is happening? So, back when I was growing up, I watched the Munsters and all kinds of older shows when they would show reruns on Nickelodeon at nighttime. So Nick at Night is where I fell in love with all kinds of old shows like I Love Lucy and Mr. Ed. I remember watching like My 3 Sons, Patty Duke. They showed all kinds of older stuff. I definitely watched the Munsters on there too. So yeah, lots of cool old shows that were on every night on Nick at Night. Okay, witches or vampires? Definitely witches, unless we are talking about Twilight. Then we could have wiggle room, but definitely witches. Next one is ghosts or skeletons. 1000% ghosts. Definitely ghosts, for sure. Next, we have haunted house or pumpkin patch. Pumpkin patch. Oh my gosh, we know. For sure, pumpkin patch. Not down for haunted houses. And then we have black cats or bats. Black cats, for sure. I love cats so much. Oh my goodness. Bats are great from an earth standpoint. From a nature standpoint, but I really just love black cats. Any cats, but yeah, black cats for sure. And the next one is chocolate or candy. Totally chocolate. Always chocolate. Definitely chocolate for me. And then the last one is Halloween party or cozy night in. Totally cozy night in. Absolutely. No questions. Cozy night in. Okay, my friend. That wraps up our video for today. I am so glad we got a chance to hang out. It's always so good to see you. I am wishing you a wonderful and safe Halloween season. Whatever it is that you do, I hope that you enjoy yourself. I am wishing you a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day or your night and a very good sleep. And until I see you next time, take